You're a monster.
See the truth, no you don't have to lie to me. Don't fill your head with things and think you're free. I can smell the fear, I think you made it clear. Yeah, I could be rude, be in the mood, I can be rotten. I could be cool, might act a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. Like what you see. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster. 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 Yeah, I feel like you can hold me back. Yeah, I'm coming for you. I'm not heater on you. No, I'm just telling you the facts. Oh, these chains can keep me down. Yeah. I can be rude, be in the mood, I can be rotten. I can be cool, mind like a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a...
You don't believe in monsters, do you?
Of course not.
I do.
See me change into something darker. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition.
All right, folks.
Yo.
Grab the swing oil.
What up, Facebook?
It is Wednesday night, 6:26. We're 4 minutes early. This is making up time from the times that we've been late.
The fashionably late days. We are extra fashionably early today. What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? Who's on the YouTube, man? We got 3 people on the freaking YouTube. Let's go. YouTube's
Hey,
popping
YouTube,
off.
what's going on?
Let's go, YouTube.
And I just want to show everybody I wore this today.
Buffalo Brawlers.
Nobody will ever get one of these except Dylan and I. Done. Buffalo Brawlers.
MLC. We got those from Major League Cornhole Professionals, Jay and Lynn Longwell,
Can
baby.
you even see the name?
Longwell, baby. Longwell. Let's go. Let's go,
Hey.
guys. The MLC is currently, what would you call it? Shut down. Temporarily,
it's
at
done.
a minimum. We're just going to...
These are 101. You ain't
It's
getting
done
these
deal.
again.
Yeah,
So,
they-
which brings me to a good point, folks. We're going to start our own website, I think, about trading and paying for unique jerseys.
Oh, we got
Right?
a couple more. I mean, I don't know if you want me to show those right now. Do you want me to show them right now? What we have?
I think we could create a market for them.
Oh yeah, like sports jerseys, like anybody, like jerseys are a big deal. We have this one, right? We each have one of these, which are probably going to. It's a thing that happened. It's like one of those spoof things.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody tried to do something cool, and it was kind of cool, but not cool enough that it worked. And
This is
we
one
have
of those. If you know, you know. jerseys,
Yeah.
right? And that's what this one is. But also, when we open up a place someday, we're going to put all these in nice glass cases, hang them all over the walls and stuff like that. So we are looking, if you guys got jerseys, you got too many of them, stuff like that you want to sell, you want to get rid of, anything like that, let us know. We're looking for unique ones and
rare
stuff that, we can't get again, which brings us to a good point. Go ahead and show those.
I don't know which
off.
one I want to show first. I'm very proud of both of these, and these are very unique. So everybody knows Jeremiah Ellis, okay? Jeremiah has been sending out his jerseys, but we got two super special ones, mainly because Jeremiah is my boy, and he's a big CBC supporter. We got the signature right here, Jeremiah Ellis.
That's his first major he ever won,
Bet
right?
on me. This is the first major Jeremiah ever won. What's cool about this is he swept Saturday here. Singles champion, doubles champion. Season, where's it at?
Season
14, folks. I don't even know where it's at. Dubuque, Iowa, season 14 on the collar there. I mean, this thing is
and signed,
legit. Right? Signed on the back and on the front. Says Jeremiah Ellis right here. Says bet on me, which we know.
I love it.
That's Jeremiah Ellis is saying. This thing is freaking sweet, folks. Absolutely insane jersey right here from really the reigning ACO King of Cornhole right now.
He is the king right
and
now.
In my opinion, power rank top 5 ACL player right now in the world as well. I saw some lists today that had him the highest. They had him at 6. I still think that he's a little bit underrated. He's given Mark Richards his best game at an open. You know what I mean? He's knocked off a ton of top names. I still like people, like Mark, Tony, Devin Harbaugh, and maybe Jamie Graham in front of him.
Ethan
Walker really good too. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back. Right. We got
the
one
second
more
one, which I think this one's more special. Like in the long run.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? Folks, this is a definite one of one. Season 18. Oh, Bill.
It's green.
It's green. Can I hold it against my... Dude, we're done, so. It's the invisible jersey, folks. This is an all-green player of the season jersey.
So special. We got it made with that Harry Potter fabric that makes you invisible behind it.
Yeah, the cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is the green. If you guys have seen the green player of the year jerseys, they're legit. I mean, they are honestly super legit.
They remind me of Jacob Coleman's Tailgater one.
A little bit, but those ones have a little more like blue in them. But anyway, whatever, guys. I was going to take a picture, put it in the chat. But you guys will see it. We'll make a post once we get them framed up, right, and posterized. We will we'll take a picture, man, up in the CBC shop, man. And but thank you, man, Jeremiah Ellis.
Yeah.
And
appreciate
one thing that I wanted to say about this, which we could even get into it in the Family Feud, but I don't think it's a feud, is I think this marks the end of Jeremiah Ellis and the ACO, right? If you're offloading all of your old stuff to your fans,
he has a freaking trunk full of these things.
Oh, I've seen a ton of people. Aaron Lambert got one today.
Did he? Oh,
Linda got one. Multiple people. I mean, Linda got a corny 41. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Linda, it's no player of the
season. We need the king one too.
And the OG. Oh, we might be able to get a king one. To be honest, guys, I talked to Jeremiah. If he gets what he wants, we could get a king. We could get a king jersey.
I think
we could get a king of Cornhole jersey. But Craig, if you're in here, Fergie, if you're in here, and you want to send us a king of Cornhole jersey, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll talk to Matt Guy, dude, and get an old one.
That would be
crazy,
legit. Dude. Yeah, when we open up a place, we're gonna be putting them up there. Gavin Kirk's in here. What's going on, John Scott? What up, big dog? Good to see you. Thank you very much for the stars, dude. You guys don't have to worry about me on the podium. I'm a nice 6-game loser. Oh, no, that's terrible, John.
John,
I'm not doing much better right now. Dustin Thornton, what is going on? Bryce King, what up? Aaron Lambert's in here. How are your legs feeling,
dude? They're good. I ran a 5-piece yesterday, man. They're starting to get conditioned to where I can do some of these longer runs, but I also had a lot more rest in this run, which I'll unpack this run on my own personal Facebook probably later this week. Great run, though, folks. I really appreciate the support from everybody that watched me and stayed up with my updates, man. The support was overwhelming. Had a great time, but the legs are good to go. Craig, we need a King of Cornhole jersey, dude.
Yep. We need you to sign one and send it to us.
I want you to tell Frank that your car caught on fire and all of your King of Cornhole jerseys were in there, and we need full replacements. If you have to pay for them, message us. We'll pay for at least 5% of them, at least.
Yep, at least 5%, and then we expect you to ship it for like $2.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a really good deal.
Jay, let's
really
go.
Good deal.
Wait, so yeah, Craig, we're gonna need a King Cornhole jersey, 100%, either donated or we'll pay for it.
Jacob
But
Coleman,
you need to get
if
one.
you got 2 tailgater jerseys, we need one of those too. Let's go.
What up, Nick Burgett? How you doing, man? Jacob Coleman, yes, we need a tailgater jersey.
We want
dude.
all these unique jerseys, man, guys. We're gonna up the jersey game. People used to do rare bags. Rare bags aren't really a thing anymore. Rare jerseys. We're gonna start.
We're gonna start
upselling
our
these
own
things
site.
like
We're gonna start our own
crazy.
site, and we're gonna, people are gonna be able to trade and put them on there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think we can get a market for it because, dude, it's just cool, man. Craig, you need to sign one and send it, dude. Don't be laughing at us.
What up, YouTube? Chad and Kim, what's up?
Let's go.
Oh,
we got
Rose
him on
Minty.
YouTube.
That's Rose. That's my dog sitter is in here, so that's pretty
what
neat.
Craig
Yeah.
talking.
All right.
Let's get into the picks.
Guys, no
because-
winner circle this week. This is my fault. With me being out of town over the weekend, we just couldn't keep up. Bill's not a big Facebook guy. Let's be honest, folks. If you guys know Bill at all, not a Facebook
I'm getting
guy.
a little bit bigger of a Facebook guy.
Yeah, a little bit, but still, he wasn't able to swoop up all the podiums and stuff. So you guys either need to start throwing better or something else. You know. You bet your jerseys and lost. Oh, come
Oh
on
my
now.
gosh, dude.
Oh, well, who are those people? Let's talk to them. Let's get these things straightened around a little bit before we get them. Bill. We need some history
we need
with
to
these
get 'em,
things.
and they all need to be signed, all of them.
All right, let's move into. All right, that was rude of Bill. He cut me off. But let's get into it. Let's go. All right. So CBC Family Picks. This will cover the last week's picks. Every division, Bill and I and Phil pick against each other so that we can add up points to go throughout the season. Phil gets his own picks. He's got his own freaking rules, guys. He gets to pick what he wants. So you guys are going to see this week what that looks like exactly from Philip Barnett, what it looks like to have your own rules. You're going to see it this week for the Concord Major. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
All right, but first place 10 points, second place 9 points, third place 8 points, fourth place 7. After that, the players tie in their bracket, so the scores echelon down by 2 points. 5 for 5th, 3 for 7th, 1 for 9th. No participation trophies here in CBC. You got to take a top 10 if you want any points. Let's go.
I like it.
Fresno, baby.
Jack Harcrow needs a Todd Gammon jersey.
Oh,
And we need the
Gammon.
Todd Gammon jersey first signed, and then we may put it on the site for you to be able to purchase.
We need the ACO people to make one that's Gamcrow, and it's split in half.
If they win doubles or something like that, you know what I mean? If
they
they
should
play,
doubles together.
then
They
it could
both
go
throw
Gamma
fast
Pro.
bags. They could really put together a good doubles run, to be honest, Jack and Todd. Unless they get angry at each other from across the court, then we could see a family feud.
Yeah.
I mean, right there on the court, between partners.
Yep.
All right,
we got
guys.
the points in here. We're going to try to run through this to dedicate more time to Family Feud tonight.
Yeah,
Because
got a
I think
lot.
we got some pretty spicy topics here that'll make the chat kind of go a little crazy.
Let's go. All right. Women's, Juana Karash wins. Phil picks up points there. Second, Denise Rosen. Third, Tara Rude. Fourth, Shannon Morales. Tied for fifth, Pachi Keister. Is that her Pachi Keister? Is that her real name?
I don't know. We have an
And
issue.
Caressa
though.
Kerr. What is the issue now?
Nate Allen or Ledbetter.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah. Only hear it in one. So I want to tell a little story real quick on the reason that may be. Although I will try to go in and fix this real quick, just in case.
All right, guys.
Yeah, you go for that. But look, my dog was in here earlier.
Oh, no.
And a cable wrapped around her
Stella.
leg, and then she got scared and ran, and
yeah.
it almost took our entire stream, 10,000 square foot stream room out.
Yeah.
So
Stella.
yeah. Let me look at this real quick while you
Stella's
go.
a feisty little being. Moving into seniors, folks. Congratulations to the ladies, by the way. Erica Wiseman takes 7th. Into the seniors, Bill picks a guy with a cool name. Takes a 3rd place, Mr. Gary Hawk. Congratulations, brother. I take Michael Mann. He takes 2nd. Phil Tim Burnett takes a 4th. 5th, James Raines. So congratulations to those old folks, and I hope their walkers are all working today. Juniors, Julian Lopez wins it. Phil and Bill get 1st place points for that. Karsten Morris 2nd. Noah Alarcon or Alarcon? It's one or the other.
Not sure.
3rd place, and Wesley Newton 4th place. Congratulations to those kids right there. 14 teams in the co-ed division in Fresno. Aaron Rosen and Denise Rosen take this down. And guys, if you look at the Fresno division, man, a lot of players that we don't usually see play in the ACO or around at all were up there in the top. So I liked when we traveled to a new area, and there's a lot going on right now, folks.
I'm sorry.
And we got to see a lot of new players take podiums, and people were texting me, telling me, man, these people in California, man, they throw some gas. They're throwing really well. People might have traveled out there to get some easy points. They said, not in our town. Not in our town, man. And they really showed out. Second place, Carson Morris and Carrie Stussy. The Wisemans take third. Tara Root and Dustin Hinson fourth. Michael Manwana-Karash fifth. And Chip Garrett and Caressa Kerr fifth as well. Moving into doubles. Did anybody get this one right, Bill? I don't think so, yeah. Doubles was...
Just stop me at singles and Jack Harcrow. I'm sorry, I want to try to fix this sound thing, and maybe it was just a setting.
So doubles was the both these people's names are Karsten Morris, and one is a C Karsten, and one is a K Karsten. So I don't know if these are like twin brothers or what is going on there. If you were in Fresno, please let me know what's going on with that. But Karsten Morris and Karsten Morris take down doubles. Cody Hines and Jordan Rogers second. Sal Sandoval and Julian Lopez third. John Fent and Henry Rios fourth. Chip Garrett, Jack Harcrow fifth. David Harris, Robert Bokma fifth as well. None of our picks take a top five, Bill. Real tough.
Matt, tell me if that fixed it. Tell me if it might not have, but tell me if it did.
Okay. Now we're into singles, Bill.
Okay.
So my pick, Jacob Coleman, I really was looking for a big finish out of him. I do respect the top 10, Jacob, but you're better than this. You are better than
Jacob,
this.
you are better than this, dude. Well, I got a story about our picks here real quick. So,
yeah.
Jack Harcrow, Jacob Coleman. I was at Miggy's tournament the other day. It was doubles. I was playing with Curtis Amos. Smurf, Patrick Murphy, for all you guys that don't know Smurf, came up to me and said, my boy Jacob Coleman is going to win. And I said, no, it's going to be Harcrow. And he's like, but Jacob's my boy. I love him. I'm like, I love him too, dude. Like, he's awesome. You know what I mean? He's great. I think top three, he's definitely going to be there, but Jack Harcrow's going to win this. He bet me a beer on it, so I'm making it public right now. He owes me a beer in Owensboro. That's how we bet. That's where we bet. In Owensboro, if somebody sees Patrick Murphy, make sure he comes up to me, buys me a beer.
Anybody that sees Patrick Murphy, just go tell him you owe Bill a beer.
Yes,
even if it's
do.
already happened and he goes, I already bought him a beer. It's like, dude, you owe him a beer. Just do
Please
it, dude.
do.
Don't be rude. You know?
It's true. It's true.
Just hound him about it. Just give him serious harassment the whole tournament.
He owes me a beer. I'm going to make a post about it after this.
Oh,
even
man.
though I'm going to have you do that because I don't know how to use Facebook.
Yeah. Big Facebook guy. Fix that away, Bill. Look at Bill on the
So I'm
move,
freaking
baby.
talking about, dude.
All right, singles in Fresno. Jack Harcrow first. Chandler Jones third. Robert Bokma fourth. Karsten Morris. This Karsten Morris kid or person had a heck of a weekend, man. Cecil Hicks and Aaron Rosen tie for fifth. The PPRs here, low again. Bill, leader at a 9.02, which is Chip Garrett. Second place, Jack Harcrow at 8.99. So low PPRs we saw in Fresno, and I wonder if the boards were tacky or
they were
what was
super
going on
fast.
there.
I mean, Fresno is California. There shouldn't be too much humidity, especially this time of year out there. They may have been the fastest boards known to man.
My hometown is about an hour 15 from Fresno, California.
Yeah.
Bill.
Oh,
I
really?
grew up like an hour from there. Yeah.
Okay. I know they like fast boards, fast bags out there. So.
I haven't really played out there. I just know people out there.
Okay. Well, my bad.
All right. Passion picks. Jacob Coleman, the only one to pick up any points there with a 9th place for Bill. Tommy Morgan takes a respectable 17th. William Boomhowl doesn't make the main bracket. No points for Phil. All right, folks. So that'll move us into this weekend. Pretty big major going on this weekend, Bill. I think it's about 150 to 170 players in Concord. So very respectable. I think that is Todd Gammon approved. I think the numbers are probably Todd Gammon approved.
Yeah. Todd.
I think they are.
In Todd's spice segment that he hasn't sent us yet, this would not be one to go to.
Not one to go to. If you're Jack, what do you got going on?
The frame rate seems a little slow too. I'm sorry.
Bill.
I'm sorry.
Bill.
I'm the tech guy here. Tech guy 1 while Derek's gone.
Yeah, you are tech guy 1. I'm tech guy 3 out of 3. All right, women's. So, Chloe Arrington is the obvious favorite here, but a lot of great players in this field. I almost took Ashley Irvin. I love Ashley. But Chloe's just everything she's gone to right now. I believe she's won major-wise for women's. Bill takes Josephina. I like that pick a lot. And a couple other notable names in this field: Tammy Williams, Justine Smith. Who else we got in here? Tessa Holloway and Paula Stevens. So look out for those ladies this weekend in Concord.
I got
19
Josephina
ladies.
again. Another quick story. Josephina, I picked her once before this year. At 0-2, I believe is what it was. Completely out. I think 33rd place, something like that. The very next week, was she won or took a second or something
First
like
or
that?
second, yeah.
Yeah, first or second. So I'm going back to it, Josephina. I think you can beat Chloe. Let's go.
And Bill, you're really doubling down on going back on players that you think have wronged you in the past. Because here in seniors,
I know,
you also have Mick.
Mick has wronged me.
I've had great success with Mick the last couple weeks. So Bill kind of stole him from me here.
No, I did not know. You stole from me.
Bill
after.
had first pick here for seniors, so it was his purview. Who gets to go first here on picks? And I don't think I used the word correctly, folks. It's a Bill word. And he takes Mick. So I take my man Eustace Perry. You know what I mean? Love Eustace. And Phil takes Mark Smothers. Love Mark Smothers, OG of the sport. We could definitely see a 1, 2, 3 right there.
All
with
three
those
phenomenal.
three juniors or seniors.
Mick has just been on such a tear lately.
He really
You gotta
has.
pick him.
He really has.
I was gonna pick him in singles also.
I mean, that's not a bad pick at all. Juniors, 8 juniors in this field. 2 standouts, obviously. Mason Higgins and Isaac Hurt. I have Mason. I'm looking for him to upset Isaac Hurt here in juniors. You also have Riley Dressler, Parker Burgett, and Aiden Ward in here. So, and I almost took Parker Burgett. I'm waiting for Parker to take a first or a second, and then I'll pick him the next major
we're
he
gonna start
plays.
picking him. Yeah,
I mean, and he's had some great junior finishes. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. You know what I mean? And you see down below, I got him for my passion. I think he plays a little better in singles. I think he's gonna make a run. But we're yet to see him win. And Matt Ledbetter is actually was my secondary pick for passion pick. So if Parker Burgess doesn't show up, let the record reflect that Matt Ledbetter.
You need to be doing that.
I need to do this for every division
because
I have a bad record, folks, of my players not showing up to the major. So if I pick you, just make sure you go, guys. Don't let anything crazy happen, okay? Co-ed, where are we at? Oh man, I've lost it. I'm Scoreholio searching right now. All right, co-ed. So both Phil and Bill take Crashley. Craig and Ashley love that. They've already won a set of purple jerseys this year. I'm taking Josephina and Todd, man. They've had a couple of big finishes this year. I also really like in this field, I like Justine Smith and Isaac Hurt. And there was one more. JR and Tammy Williams, right? Always usually have a pretty big finish.
Dang, Stephanie Burgett, we're going 8-hour drive?
That's not bad. I mean, that's not bad.
We won't do that to stream.
No, we won't do that to stream.
That's too far to stream.
If Bill and I had a chance at making even our money back in one of the divisions, we might go.
Yeah, that's true.
If we had even a shot
If we
at
broke even, we would go. We'd stream it. We'd see everybody, our people. That's what we call them. We love
our
it.
people. Yeah, the family.
Yep.
Doubles, man. Doubles, the Hurts. Like I said, you're going to see this out of Philip here. Hurts after Hurts after Hurts. Caleb and Isaac are the obvious favorites to win here. They've already maxed out doubles. I think they have 5 major wins, and they've been to 5 majors this year. I mean, they are back-to-back doubles world champions. It is just very hard to bet against them. But I always am looking for the team that could maybe do it. And this week, I really like the team of Mason Higgins and Cody Pierce. We saw them throw together in Tupelo. They have a couple things they need to hone in on, but I think this team has that thing that when they put it together could beat the Hurts. And I think the other key to beating the Hurts here, folks, besides what we've talked about in the past, which is, trying to stay with Caleb pushing through his blockers and then beating Isaac at the fancy shots, is beating them before they get into the king's seat. Because double dipping this team is borderline impossible, right? So beat them to get into the king's seat.
Are you speaking from experience, Dylan?
Yeah, but I mean, they smoked us the next time they played us. I wasn't even going to plug, dude. I was not going to plug my win against the Hurts.
I was just waiting for it the entire time.
We're almost coming up on the 1-year anniversary, guys, of my win.
Owensboro in January will be the 1-year anniversary.
Owensboro 2023.
I saw it
January
happen.
2023, folks. Myself, Robert Luke Hepperman, take down the Hurts.
I saw it happen.
Let's go. I think it was 21-15. Let's go, folks.
Dude, you got a great tombstone, man. I mean, that is awesome.
I need Caleb and Isaac's doubles jerseys. They
be-
gotta have 600 purple ones.
Yeah. We gotta start picking them more.
I gotta
and then
stop
maybe
talking crap about
they'll
them,
be
dude.
more friendly.
I gotta
to
stop
us.
telling people how to beat them, and then maybe they'll give me a jersey. It hasn't worked
It hasn't
yet,
worked.
so I don't know what the issue is. All right.
Another thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Caleb hurt. He played an ACL this weekend, right? I don't know if you watched it. I did watch it. I was rooting for him the whole freaking time. Only because, there's a big deal between the ACO and ACL. I'm not talking about the higher-ups between anybody but the players, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go to a tournament and there'll be an ACL player that comes to the ACO. I'm not going to mention any names, but they're like, oh, yeah, I'm ACL, the big dogs and blah, blah, blah. It says
big
things
dogs.
that's what he told me. And I was just sitting there like, dude, stop. First of all, it's geographical, right?
Stop.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
geographical. Where you
Yeah.
live and what the dominant, organization is usually where you would play.
Can I give
Number
one example of that?
Go ahead.
Alabama has one ACL pro, Jonathan Etheridge. And how many Alabama ACO pros are
Okay.
there? Can Jonathan Etheridge beat every single one of those Alabama ACO pros? I think that even Jonathan will tell you no. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So, which I mean, he's a great dude, humble dude. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, just because you're an ACL pro does not make you better than an ACO pro in any fashion
Not whatsoever.
of the sense.
And usually the people that are doing all this
we need to talk about
don't
this in
even
Family
place
Feud.
in the
Yeah.
open. They usually don't even place in the open. So just to follow all the way through with this, not example, but Caleb Hurt going there, I rooted for him. I really wanted him to win. He had to double dip Ethan Walker. He beat him one time and then lost to him the second time. Ethan Walker then went on to win the overall open.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, we could say Caleb got 5th place overall, although the only person he lost to got 1st
Right.
overall.
And he
so
was just in that bracket.
exactly, he was just
Right.
in that bracket. So we don't know what could have happened if Caleb also made that overall.
If he was in let's say the other bracket, makes it into the playoff, you know what I
Right.
mean? Doesn't play Ethan until the finals and then takes a 2nd overall,
Right,
And,
and he could have
yeah.
taken a 2nd instead of a 5th overall,
Right.
but he only lost to that person. That person was in his bracket. That person ended up winning the entire Open. So, if people are going to go out there and say, oh, I play with the big boys and this and that, you know what? Jeremiah Ellis went there. He's crushing
like
people.
I said, I wanted to
Caleb
get into
Hurt
this on,
goes
like,
there.
Family Feud,
He's
yeah.
crushing
Yeah.
people. Gary Bearpaw went there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We got to stop. I got to stop. We'll go
We're
on.
going to get through this. All right, doubles. I did want to mention one team, and I was going to mention this before Zach even got in here. Craig Irvin and Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson, let the record reflect. You were my backup passion pick, okay? He was my backup passion pick. So if Parker doesn't show up and Matt Ledbetter doesn't show up, Zach Johnson, you are in.
I was actually, if the Hurts don't show up, you and Craig are my doubles. That's what I got for my
okay.
if,
All right.
if the Hurts don't show up, I was looking at you guys. I wanted to do it because I knew I was going to double up with somebody on the Hurts.
All right, singles, Bill. Across the board, we're all taking Caleb Hurt. He hasn't been beat yet. He's on an absolute tear at every ACO Major he goes to. He usually goes undefeated. He's lost to Dakota Payne. I think the only person he's lost to at a major is Dakota Payne. No, Brandon Earls. Brandon Earls has beat
Brandon
him
Earls
once.
beat him a couple times, twice.
Yeah, because he
Twice.
beat him. He beat him in his bracket, or 2 playoff games. 2 separate playoff games.
2 separate playoff games.
Yeah. So, but singles is stacked. Caleb is the favorite. Isaac Hurt there. Craig obviously there. Jacob Whaley in there. Mick, who has made great runs lately. Higginbotham, old Jorts, our guy.
I love
our
Higginbotham, man.
Let's go. Spencer beat him once, really. Spencer Gardner? Where? Must have been
Really?
Virginia. I don't know.
I love it.
Thank you, Craig.
Oh yeah, no, he did. Greg Scott, mail day. I'm glad those things got there for you, brother. Hey, how's the shirt? We gave you the old, the original CBC swing oil back
yeah.
with the CBC front, exactly what
Same
Dylan's
shirt that I'm
wearing
wearing
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave that to Greg and John Scott.
Bingo. Love it. Okay. I think that's it.
Passion picks.
Passion pick, Matt Arseneau. The only thing that I don't like about this, guys, is Bill doesn't have a story with Matt Arseneau. He just picks him because he's good.
Do you want my story?
Yeah. Zach Rush told me that look out for Matt Arsenault, so I didn't pick him, and he did really well. So now he's in my.
I guess there is a story then.
Dad, you don't know him. You never even shook the guy's hand.
I've seen him.
Come on, man.
I've seen him. We streamed him once or twice.
Guys, tell me. I mean,
but
come
yes,
on.
I was told through a friend to watch out for this guy. He doesn't play many majors, this and that, any structured events, blah blah blah. But he may make a run this year. Boom! I got him.
Okay, I got Parker Berger, man. Parker and Nick, his dad Nick. And they're also in doubles, and Nick told me to pick them. He said they could win the whole thing. He goes, Parker's got a secret doubles partner this weekend. He's gonna a sleeper. You're gonna take everybody out. I'm like, who is it? He goes, it's your boy, father-son combo. And I'm like, oh, Nick. All right.
That's good.
All right, guys. Philip hasn't sent me a passion pick yet, guys. If he does while we're on stream, I'll mention it. If he doesn't, we'll plug it in here and add him up for points next week. But, Bill, let's lock in those picks once you're done there with the Four Roses bangers. And then we'll move into Family Feud, folks, and we'll talk about a few different topics tonight. We've got a solid, what do we think? Probably an hour to talk if we want to.
Yeah, well, not an hour, but we got some time.
Don't look at that number. You always look at that number.
No, that's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes fast. 20 minutes fast.
All right.
All right, let's get through some of these comments real quick.
Okay. What do we
Spencer
got?
Gardner beat him. I'd give someone a crisp dollar bill if they show me how to understand the ACL apps.
I don't know anything about the ACL
I mean, I can
apps.
show you that, Jack.
I mean, it's not that crazy.
I've only played ACL twice. It's not that crazy, but their scoring is a little weird. You just hit the whatever. Craig, one game of the championship. Craig, King Cornhole jersey, or I'm not talking to you anymore. Okay, we got to work a deal. Something signed. Just tell Frank that you had a car fire, a house fire, something like that, and you need a new one.
Yeah, we need something in here. Frank, don't listen from about 6:52 to 6:54.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh, you offended
Arsenal is
Frank,
legit. He carried me to a third in doubles at the PCB Major. I'd take me as a partner any day. That's a great pick. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I have a wonderful story with him. All right, you ready to roll?
Yeah, let's get into Family Feud. Let's go, folks.
Okay, gotta mute the mic because Dylan will talk during this. Be right back.
Whoa, hello.
And we're unmuted.
I didn't mean
They
to
didn't catch
pull that up.
They didn't catch that.
All right,
Nate
that's good.
Allen said, thanks for the custom bags. Green and purple impacts are going to be sick. Hey, we have those made, big dog.
All right. So let's move through this quick topic here, Bill. It's what the people wanted, okay? And it is Nate Allen's comment, actually, on the CBC Facebook. So
okay.
Nate said, should kids who compete at a high level in doubles and singles, pro or close to it, still be allowed to run juniors, or should they have a separate juniors division even further? Example, 8-year-old first tourney and wanting the experience versus 15 to 17-year-olds ranked in the world. There is a massive skill gap there until the younger children gain more experience. So I've talked to Sarah Yates about this as well. Sarah Yates brought it to my attention, and I just told her that once you start to do this, because what do, Bill? We bring everything to the extreme, right? That's what we do because it's the best
you have to
way.
bring it to an extreme.
So if we do that, what are the age divisions? Let's say we cut it off at 13 this year. Let's say 13 and under, and then you have 14 to 17, right? Well, look at some 13-year-olds, folks. Let's look at Ryan Trader. You know what I mean? Like in the ACL, right? Let's look at Jacob Gore, who was 13 or 12 last year. Let's look at Alex Hicks when he was 11 years old. So now those kids are in the 13-year-old division, mopping it up, and they're taking the purple jerseys from that division. So now what do we do? Oh, now we have a 10 to 13, and then a 13 to 17, and a 6 to 10. Okay, so now that's in place. Now let's look at seniors. Oh, well, this senior who's 55 even, he's been mopping everybody up, and it's not fair to 75-year-old T-Bone Dawson. So we got to split up seniors now, you know. And now look at the women's. You know, we got some women in here.
Right.
Some of them are juniors, and you know, it's not fair that the juniors have to play with the grown adult women. So we got to split that up. You know, you guys, this can be endless, and we want to grow the sport in every division, but we can't. I mean, you can't dilute it like that, right? Go ahead, Bill.
I would offer just a side solution to that. I agree 100% with what you're saying about if you start splitting up just one division. And look, I don't agree with splitting up that division, but I agree that there is a massive skill differential between, I don't know, what is it, 6 to 10? And then,
let's say like
11 to, Baby Goat was, 12 years old when he beat Matt Guy? 11 or 12 when he beat Matt Guy. So, I mean, there is a massive skill gap between those ages right there, and I would just offer a different solution. I would say that they're probably should be a beginners tournament. And when I say beginners, I mean absolute beginners tournament, rather than playing juniors or something like that. Maybe a free one. Somebody else posted today about payouts and things like that. We're going to get into this in a minute.
Yeah, we are.
But they were upset with different, competitive. This is the ACL competitive and beginners and stuff like that, or intermediate, whatever they call these things.
Yeah.
That there wasn't that much money for them winning those specific tournaments.
Yeah.
And then the comment was, well, do high school baseball players or little league baseball players make money?
Right.
They have to pay to go and play and hone their skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do college players make money only on sponsors?
I'm trying to
that
remember
they
who
may
made this
get.
comment because I read it multiple
Jeremiah
times.
reshared it. And,
Right.
and it was
I want to
a
give
good
credit to the person who. So just give me a second, Bill. Go ahead. Rant.
No, it was a good comment, and I
Right.
think that the whole crux of that comment was, you need to develop your skills, and that takes some money sometimes to be able to develop the skills.
Yeah.
Right.
Josh
So
Keck.
if you're playing people much better than you at different ages and things like that, those skills is what you're honing at that specific time frame, is what I would say. So if you wanted to start a beginner division or something like that, not a division, I would say a beginner tournament for every major that maybe ran when juniors ran, something like that. I don't know, but that's the only solution that I could possibly see. And I don't know if there'd be a ton of players playing it. I have no idea.
I don't know what it does for the sport, if it grows the sport to have that division in there. I know.
Right.
Is it okay? Because now you have to set us. This is the other thing, folks, and I talked to Sarah Yates about this. Is when you do this, that also means there's a separate set of boards that have to be set up for these people, right? So when women's juniors and seniors start simultaneously at every major, folks, they are packed, right? If there's 30 boards, 1 through 10 is seniors, right? Let's do 11 through, because there's usually more women, 25 is women, and 26 through 30 are juniors. So if we add another division, right, that means it's going to take away from one of the brackets, which makes the tournament longer. So these are other things we have to take into account. Josh Keck was the post person. Thank you, Booker.
Okay, yeah,
That's
thanks,
correct.
Booker. Appreciate
And what you
that,
said
man.
earlier, Booker, which we can scroll up, Bill, and I agree with this, and I told Bill this before we started. Maybe if you're a juniors player and you are a top 80 ranked pro, maybe you can't get in there. Sure, right? Yeah, I can get with that.
Nuance thing, right?
Right.
Nuance is that, like, if you are under the age of 18 and you are a ranked pro, maybe you
no longer eligible. But can you do it for women's? Can you do it for seniors? Right? Because then, like I said, folks, this is what happens, right? And we get, it's for the kids. And I get that, but we take it to the extreme. That means no women can play. You know what I mean? In the women's division, if you're a ranked pro, no seniors can play. And I don't like it because it's a slippery slope, right? This whole topic.
I understand the argument because I want to win. Yeah. You know, like, I want to win when I play. And sometimes when I go to a tournament, I'm like, let's look at the roll call, and you're just like, dude, there's no way I'm going to win. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I just place high. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's so unfair because these people are here and blah, blah, blah. But I take it as an opportunity to try to throw a little bit better, to hone my skills, to maybe learn something from somebody. And over time, hopefully that develops into a place to where I can play well. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't think splitting up those divisions. I think maybe doing a beginner tournament. But I'll tell you what, I'd much rather put these younger kids against those pros and make them want to be hungry for it. You know what I mean? Like, that guy threw like this. Yeah. I want to throw like that now. Yeah. Because I got beat by, that person, whatever it may be.
I agree.
I think that's me personally anyway. Play better to get better is Dolores Arrington. Hey, we got Craig. Yeah.
Let's go.
Got to give another shout out to Craig Irvin for the autograph.
It's okay. We're getting the King of Cornhole jersey, Aaron. So
Aaron, if you got one from Craig and we don't have the King of Cornhole one, I'm gonna be a little angrier at that one. John Scott, my son just turned 12, was getting beat handedly by 15 to 17-year-olds, so he got out, practiced a ton, got better, now playing singles as well as winning blind draws. Parents, I agree. I 100%. Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to approach it. Although I can see the point of, like, hey, this guy just started. He's playing junior. But if you're playing juniors at a major and you just started, like, you're going to lose. So, I lose all the time. I'm playing for a couple years.
Anything when you're new, you're going to lose. It's just how it works for a little while,
Yep.
All right, what else we got here?
How about juniors can't play against the adults?
I
They
saw
get to
that.
pitch all
I saw
day and
that.
never get tired. Jack, stop. What else? That's not fair. They developed that skill set.
Right. So Craig's saying they should all be able to play. I'm
Somebody
completely on board
practice
with
a lot,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because the other thing is, if you take the pros out of the juniors division, the juniors division gets less exciting, less people watching it. You know what I mean? Less interest. It comes with everything has a pros and cons list, folks. So you have to
Right.
decide what you want out of the sport, you know. And from there, if you want it to just be fun and have a good time, then maybe you wait until you think your kids are good enough to compete there. But I think, especially a free division, free to play, I think if they have to play the best in the world, you know, if Braxton Gammon has to play, right? Okay, Braxton Gammon has to play Brock Beasley first round. Todd is not angry about that. You know what I mean?
No.
And neither is Braxton. Braxton's going to go out there and have a good time and try his freaking best. And someday, Braxton's going to give Brock a game.
Yeah.
It's just not today. You know what I mean? Like,
At 11, when Braxton beats
Jack Hartrow.
Jeremiah Ellis
Yeah.
or Jack Hartrow,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's not a 40-round game.
It's because he started in that division at 6 years
right.
old, getting smoked by some of the best pros that play in that juniors division. It's honestly better for the kids in there because you could get double exposure to good players. You know, in the junior, same for the women, right? You get juniors, women, seniors. You get a whole extra division if you're in one of those, aside from singles and doubles, to play against the best of the best.
Right. No,
So I think it's
agree.
an advantage. I don't think you can
Going
take the
to a
players
major,
out of there.
I believe juniors is free.
It is, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay, so 100%. It doesn't cost anybody anything. It may cost a little bit of pride and this and that if you're practicing at home a lot, and but it doesn't cost any sort of monetary value. But it is good to get these younger kids, especially under the pressure of playing these top people.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't get out here. I am the top out here, so I can't play and like get nervous and stuff. So when I show up to a major and play like one of these, I'm just joking, dude. That never happened.
Small story. Yesterday, me and Bill were playing great against some average players. One guy shows up that's, I mean,
He
Bill
has
can
my
stick
number.
with him,
This
but he
guy's got my number.
has Bill's number. Bill starts throwing, I mean, the worst he's thrown all night. We're throwing for probably an hour and a half. Bill's throwing great for an hour straight. This guy shows up. Bill throws like crap the last half hour. It was just crazy. And that's
Terrible.
how the game works, you know. But I do agree. You got iron sharpens iron. Failure is something that the sooner you learn it in life, the better.
Right.
I mean, and I know we're just talking about cornhole games, so like this isn't the type of failure that like I like to, you know, resonate with, but it is important to learn how to fail and then take the lessons from it instead of getting mad and then we dilute these people down to a division where maybe they have a better chance and it's participation trophies type situation. We don't need that. We don't need it for our children. We're seeing it in society. This is my opinion, folks. Do not come at me for this. But I have no place for that when it comes to my opinions. I have no place for dumbing things down or things getting less competitive to help people's feelings out.
Right.
You're not going to hear it from me. It's
Dude,
just,
we got
it's not gonna
Royal
happen.
Pena in here.
Roy,
I'm just
let's
saying.
go.
I'm just saying. Let's go, big dog. Get them numbers up. Nate Allen says, Mr. Roll God, but yes, you know what? It didn't
Dude,
work
you had
yesterday.
you had a nasty one yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
had a nasty
We're going to put it up on
backside.
YouTube later. I had
Yeah, it
a
will be on
nasty,
YouTube.
nasty roll bag yesterday, dude. But I'll tell you what, the day before I practiced a little bit, I wasn't hitting
Aaron Lambert got
anything.
the Pro Invitational jersey. That's pretty sick. Craig, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Craig,
Come on, dude.
what's going on, dude? I thought we were buddies.
Craig hasn't given us any. Craig's given us nothing but a hard time, man.
We got Brian Gibson in here. Let's go, man. The time
No.
again, I'm 51. I've only been playing 10 months now. Constantly get beat by all the local blind draw, and it gets extremely frustrating. But they say practice. I don't think anybody practices more than me, and I'm still terrible.
Bill has made leaps and bounds in the last probably 3 or 4 months. I'd say you found your throw really.
I have every
He
time
had
I go out there and
he
practice.
had his
it
bags
feels like I
dialed
don't have
in, gave them away to a sponsored player of ours.
Yeah, that is
this
true.
was
That is true.
This was a too much swing oil decision by Bill in Tupelo to give these bags away. I do think that he was taken advantage of by one of our sponsored players. Really liked him. Bill can't say no after a few cups of swing oil. And I mean, Bill is here for the players first.
It
you know?
It wasn't just that. I told him if he won, I would give them to him, and he won. What do you want? He won his singles division. I can't, you know.
Yeah, he did. All right,
was-
let's move on, folks. I think we killed that. Right? I mean, not killed it.
yeah.
I think that we're in a good spot though. That the competition needs to stay tough. Make sure the kids learn early, right? That losing is good. take the lessons away, you're going to be better in the future.
Right.
Because if we do this, folks, we have to do it for every division, and it becomes a slippery slope,
Yeah.
and it just never ends well for the sport.
And don't get me wrong, I get a little angry too.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to play juniors when I was young, and I'm not in seniors yet, and I think I could get a jersey in either one of those divisions.
If there was like junior seniors, right? Like, what is it, 40 or 40? So 40 to 55, then you make a division for that. Well, dude, I don't know, Bill. There's a lot of good players in that age range.
There are some places, Todd Gammon will tell us, that we could go and give me my best chance to get one of
Guys,
those
if
jerseys.
Bill could have a division that was 40 to 42-year-olds that have a good beard and maximum hair gel, I think that he could win a purple jersey.
Let's
go. All right. What's the next one, Bill? Let's
All right.
Oh
So the
my
next one,
gosh, Joe.
this one might get a little crazy here.
We're gonna talk payouts, folks.
We're going to talk about it. Yeah. We said last week that we'd talk about payouts. We wanted to dedicate the most time of the stream to that, and I think we have about 2 more minutes to go on the stream. So
No, we got plenty of time.
okay, plenty of time.
But folks, if you know somebody that wants to talk about payouts or wants to hear about payouts and our opinions, tag them, share it right now, all right? And let's get them in here. If you know somebody, right? Dougie Parker, I know, has got a great take on this. Jacob Mosley, you are in the highlight reel, brother. If you missed it in the beginning, you're in it. A nice wagon wheel roll. Anyways, if you got people that you know want to hear about payouts and our take on ACO payouts, might even dive into ACL payouts a little bit, it's about to happen. It's in a very, very condensed format, right? I mean, we could get crazy into this, but we are gonna.
We're gonna talk
let's
about
just-
it. We're
let's
gonna
just do
discuss it. So let me pull up the first graphic that I have here for ACO payouts.
Yep.
Okay, and these are we doctored this graphic up a little bit, but these are directly off the ACO site.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is, right? Division purses and payouts. Singles, there's a $2,000 purse per major, right?
Yep.
Doubles, exact same, $2,000 purse per major. Also a trophy, right? I mean the trophy.
I think it's the jersey.
I don't think we need to talk about. No. There's also jerseys. The trophy, they get the piece of wood.
Oh, the wood.
Yeah,
the
piece of
the
wood.
plaque. Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Pro Series, all the Pro Series this year, $5,000 purse. Owensboro, $10,000 purse.
Right.
Owensboro because it's a super major.
We do know it's I think it's a $35,000 purse in total. So I don't know what.
And
we'll talk about it when we get closer.
Yeah, once in a while they change some of the stuff around, like
which is good.
Oh, but this is the law of the land for every major that has been so far until Owensboro.
Yes.
Women seniors co-ed, don't really need to talk about this one too much, but it's 50% payout. Whoever shows up, whoever pays, whoever joins those, they utilize the money that goes into
registration.
Yeah, registration, exactly, for paying people out. Same thing with blind draw and quads. Walk-up cash only is what they have, because quads you have to register that specific day when you get there.
Yep. Bingo.
Okay.
All right. So
on the website, the first thing that I want to talk about is on the website, there is a $5,000 guaranteed purse per major.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Some majors are not Pro Series majors.
Right.
Which leads me into my next graphic, because if you add up singles and doubles, which are the guaranteed purses, well, where's the extra $1,000? You may ask. So, number 2 here.
Bingo.
$500 singles bonus and $500 doubles team bonus if you are wearing one of the jerseys in the fine print here.
Yes.
Okay, so any one of those, it's pretty much, if you're wearing an ACO jersey, you'll get the extra $500 either in singles or $250.
And these jerseys range all the way, folks, from I guess the lowest would be just an ACO player jersey, right, which you can purchase on the website, all the way up to an ACO Pro or a King of Cornhole jersey are all eligible. Like, King of Cornhole isn't listed in here. I believe the King of Cornhole jersey is most likely eligible for the bonus.
I would think that it was, but yeah, you're right.
This is where things become slightly, I mean, I don't know what the word is, Bill, but when you guarantee a $5,000 purse, technically that's guaranteeing $2,500 to singles. But if a non-pro wins singles, technically only $2,000 is paid out.
No, you're wrong.
Well, no, I am wrong, because they just have to wear a player jersey.
You can have a lifetime member jersey, and then anybody is eligible.
Yep.
Right.
So if you are a non-pro, folks, and you thought that the bonus was only for pros, false. You just need a player jersey or a lifetime member jersey. Which lifetime member jersey you can achieve by paying for the lifetime membership or get a tattoo of the ACO emblem on your body for life, or purchase a player jersey. I don't know the price.
Little segue here. The thing that really chaps my ass right now is that the broadcast jersey is not listed on there because we have ACO broadcast jersey.
Come on,
That's the only
man.
one I have.
Come on.
Okay. So how do we
Booker
make it?
says, I think it also has to be current season jersey. Technically not on the website, Booker. So I think you have a solid argument here. If you
on
were
the
to
website,
win,
I think it doesn't have to be current. Yeah, you're right.
If let's say, Booker, you win a singles major and they go, oh, you were wearing a season 16 pro jersey, I think you're good to go. And I'm also going to rectify this with the jersey we have from Jeremiah, folks. If you guys didn't see it, just in case, folks. Season 14, singles and doubles champion, right here. Jeremiah's first major win. So Aaron Lambert in your face. Craig Irvin's jersey.
Wait,
is
if
pretty
you
good.
put that on and
He won in this
played,
jersey multiple times.
But if you put that on and won, there's
it doesn't
nothing.
have to say it. It doesn't have to be yours.
Right.
Oh, so folks, you guys need to start swapping some jerseys.
We're
Oh,
gonna
wait,
create
this
a
is
new
our
business.
website.
Yeah,
This is
we're
our
gonna create a
website.
new business here.
But this jersey, I know Jeremiah played multiple tournaments in last season, won multiple tournaments. I would guess that Jeremiah got the bonus because I promise you, if Jeremiah didn't get the bonus wearing this jersey, he would have raised a little bit of hell about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, folks, you just need to wear an ACO pretty much labeled jersey that's bought through or given through the ACO. I mean, that's it.
So let's get in the meat and potatoes of this. Everybody is eligible. I believe now that we've discussed that and we see that all the jerseys that you can wear and stuff like that, I don't think that's a huge restriction. Although the only word that I did see online and I see right now is the entire singles and doubles tournament. Meaning, like, you can't just switch into that jersey for the championship game. You have to be wearing one the entire tournament to be eligible for that extra money, right? I mean, I don't think that they'll hold it to that specific standard. You know what I mean? If it's streamed and you have a jersey on every stream game and stuff like that, I think it'll be
probably
fine.
good. Yeah.
Although we don't know.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So that is the payout system. When I look at this and I read this, I wonder how can we create a better system, a more, maybe some people would say, fair system of it.
We've thought about
What do
this a
you
lot.
gain and what do you lose from creating a more fair system? I know everybody out there, including myself, probably sits there, and the first thing that we go to is, why is there a $5,000 purse for places that have,
Right.
you know, we'll just say not as many players as other places? Why
Yeah.
is that? When I think about that, guaranteeing a $5,000 purse in a place that doesn't have that many people out there brings in more people to be able to play out there, right? And it shows that, hey, I know you're good at cornhole. I know you may play for a different organization. I know you may do this, you may do that, but this is the prize pool out here. We can go out here and win a ton of money. And it incentivizes people to be able to go out to that specific tournament. Now, is that fair at a tournament that's 5 times the size with the same payouts? In one tournament, 5th place is going to get a pretty good freaking check, right? Yeah. In the other tournament, 5th place is maybe you're buying back.
This is where I don't have a ton of knowledge, Bill, because I don't know how deep the payouts get at a small major, at a smaller major, okay? Because, so what we know, folks, this is the facts that we have. Tupelo, 4 brackets. Anything with 4 brackets is going to have the same payout, right? I don't care if there's 300 or if there's going to be Owensboro like 600, right? So far, we've seen the payouts be the same. Douglas Parker takes 2nd in his bracket, which is technically what would it be, Bill? A 5th, tied for 5th overall, $80. $80, okay? So paid out the top 3 in each bracket.
Right.
So if that's what got paid out, that's top 10 of the tournament. So does that mean at a tournament that has, say, 27 players and 16 in the main bracket, are we paying out more than 50% of the main bracket? Is top 10 getting paid out all the way down? is that happening? I don't know.
I don't
That's
know
what
either.
I'm saying. I don't know.
That's information that we can't confirm because we don't know.
But
I've never been to one of those majors.
It's a question I'd like to pose because there's
Right.
people in here that may really know what's going on. I mean, what did the bracket winners get? You know what I mean, compared to the overall winner.
Right.
I believe, to make it fair, right? The way they made points fair is how you make money fair. But at the same time, that's a lot more money than what's getting paid out right now. Because what they did is the bracket winners got the same amount of points as if the major had one bracket itself. So you should in the most fair world, because we're making everything fair, the payouts are the same for every bracket as they would be if a tournament had one bracket.
Right.
That's what's fair.
I think just to reiterate and to kind of hit on this so I fully understand your point here is that if you have a tournament with 4 brackets, right, those 4 overall winners of each bracket that get overall first, second, third, and fourth, and then you have 4/5, right? And then I don't know how many 6, well, whatever it may be, 4, 6, all the way down. That $5,000 gets spread a little more lighter, right, than it would on a tournament with only, let's just say, 16 in the main bracket.
Right.
To where the overall winner that gets first is that first, and there's not 5/5 or anything like that.
Well,
that's the issue.
Let me think about what I know. What I know is that Bryce took third in Cincinnati and got no money. Okay? That's what I know. Right? That's a top 10.
Third in his bracket.
In his bracket,
which was 9th overall. Correct?
Right. Tied for 9th overall.
Tied for 9th.
So, how far are we paying out at the small majors with the $2,000 that's allocated for singles?
Right.
Because what that means is that you're only paying out to second place at the big majors, right? Which is tied for 5th. You're going to have four winners. So you have those 4 people, right?
Okay.
And then you have 4 more people. So 8 people total paid out. So at a small major that has 16 players in the main bracket, that means you're paying out to 7th place. Because there's 2 people that tie for 7th, which is your top 8. Are those numbers the same? Right? So if I take 7th place at a small major, and let's say like Douglas Parker took 2nd in his bracket, which is 7th place at a big major, whatever, I get $80 and he also gets $80. And if that's the case, is there any way that is fair?
Okay.
Right? This is the argument. Or is at a small major, they're only paying out the top 3, just a fat sack instead? And Jack Harco can probably tell us. I mean, he just took first. Did he get paid more for first place here compared to winning something else or winning his bracket at another major?
So maybe this would be more fair, and some people may not like this whatsoever. Overall, top 3 get paid, regardless of the major. Just the top 3.
No way, dude. Too
then
much
it can always be the same amount of money because there's only 1 first, there's only 1 second, and only 1 third.
No.
So you could win your entire freaking bracket and still not get paid doing something like that.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
no chance.
How could you be fair? You know what I mean? I mean, would that not be the most fair? That way, first, second, and third always got exactly what they were guaranteed to get, rather than splitting it up between 4 brackets and paying so far.
What I'm okay with right now is top 10. Is what I'm okay with getting
top
paid
10
out.
in what? 1 bracket or 4 brackets?
Yeah.
Top 10 overall, you're gonna have 40 freaking people.
I don't know. I mean, top 3 in every bracket is very good for big majors.
No. I'm saying top 3 overall.
I know. Yeah, top 3 overall doesn't work if you have 4 brackets. You can't. Somebody who wins their bracket cannot get something.
Okay.
I mean, there's just no way. There's just no freaking way. But what I'm trying to think about is how far do you pay down in a bracket, and then what does that look like at a tournament that has 25 people in a main bracket?
So if you guarantee $5,000 per tournament, there is no possible way you could structure that fairly between a tournament that has 300 people and a tournament that has 50 people. You can't structure fairly because it's the same amount of pool, $5,000 for 50 and $5,000 for 300.
Unless the purse is quadrupled.
Right. Well, exactly. It would be 20 grand for one, 5 grand. So that guaranteed purse would just go out the window, right? And you couldn't do that. And then you have
guarantee
to do a percentage.
5 grand at every major, right? You guarantee the 5 grand at every major, but then majors that exceed X amount of players, which whatever that number is, one bracket, right? Then you have 2 brackets. That's another purse, right? It goes to levels, right? So if you have 2 brackets, then that's a 4 grand purse for singles, right? Or a 5 grand purse for singles. Well, if you have 3, 7,500. If you have 4, 10,000. So right? I mean, this is the way to make it fair.
No. You say make it fair to the players in a sense like that. Let's just argue and look, companies are profitable. I mean, that's what a business is for, is to become profitable. And
look at this. This is a lot of information.
I'm sorry.
Right
I guess you don't want to hear it.
Go ahead.
No, you don't want to hear it? That's
yeah.
fine. No. So I mean, companies are made to make a profit, right? Mm-hmm. They increase value for shareholders. That's like the definition of a company. That's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, let's assume that the ACO is break even. Break even with the way that they do it now. There's no money to, buy new boards at the end of the year from how many they buy this specific year, which means you're not going to grow. You're always going to kind of stay stagnant, right? If I don't have money left over at the end of the year, not for me personally, but for the specific business, right? Yeah. Then you can't buy better equipment. You can't buy bigger venues. You can't, I don't know. Who knows? Whatever it may be. Let's assume that they are revenue neutral after everybody is paid right now.
Okay.
You're talking about paying more money for a bigger tournament after 5K was already guaranteed. And 5K guaranteed to a smaller tournament.
If that's
what's going on. How can they do that?
Well, they can't, right? 100% they can't.
Well,
so I'm good with you there. But this circles back to what we've talked about multiple times, is that means there's too many majors. Right? And then something is wrong in the system if your business is breaking even, right? And you're still seeing low numbers in places.
No. I'm saying it would break even. We're assuming that it would break even at that point. What if it's not enough to say, oh, okay, we can do 75% of everybody else's entry into this many brackets to bloat this purse by 20K, but this 22-person tournament is guaranteed 5. Like, some of these make that revenue to be able to pay for those other tournaments.
And I think that's a problem.
Okay. Well, people's so in accounting, people's salaries are figured into all that already.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's already done. It's already set. It's not like, oh, I'm just trying to make more money for me personally. The rest of that money, if they do make more money, is to grow that specific business.
Right.
And we're assuming that they don't.
I get that. But, I mean, what do you think needs to happen then? I mean, so if the big majors are helping pay for the smaller majors so that the sport continues to grow, right? That's the thought process.
That is one argument, that guaranteeing $5 grand in a location that the ACO has not been, or in a location that the ACO is trying to grow, probably incentivizes more people to show up to that specific tournament.
But have we seen that actually happen? Based on the data and based on the numbers? Because I would argue.
That's a great question.
I would argue that more people go to the more likely small tournaments for points before they do for the money. Right? I mean, I would argue that in 8 times out of 10. Yeah, I really would. That people are going to get their pro status at these smaller tournaments that have been projected smaller based on past years' data, right? I mean, I could list them, most of the time and be fairly correct. I've never seen anything just have a huge boost. So I don't think that the money is bringing people there, which means that there has to be a change to what's going on in the system currently.
In that point, that's something that we're going to have to spend a whole nother segment on, because I 100% agree that the money is not what gets the players. Maybe initially in a location, I don't know, but I really don't think that I think that the status, that the jerseys, that the shout outs maybe on their taco, maybe things like that is probably what gets people to go and travel to those locations and be able to become a pro, because then it's like, hey, I got this awesome jersey. I think it's cool. It's something cool. Jack had a good point here. Why have a business for 15 plus years and always break even? Jack, we're assuming, and I'm sure it's not the truth.
We're taking things to the extreme.
But
right?
I'm assuming that they break even. if it was a real business, right, I would say that, I don't know. What do you think you need next year in upgrades? 30K? 50,000? So maybe 50,000, right? So if the business itself makes an extra 50,000 after everybody's salaries and all expenses are paid, you have how many majors this year?
Somewhere around 30, ballpark 30.
Somewhere around 30. 50,000 into 30 majors goes like that.
Right.
What if you need new boards?
Well, $5,000.
What if you need more streaming equipment?
Yeah.
What if you're hiring more people to grow that sport? That 50K is gone. I mean, let's say it's 100K. That's $3,000 per major. That could be gone like that. What if a venue raises their price? What if the amount of money that we're talking about per all of these majors spread out to be that fair is a lot.
But like I said, it circles back to what we talked about limiting the amount of majors, because we believe that there's a possibility that we're losing money in the smaller places, even while we're trying to grow the sport. If you're in a place for 3 years in a row and you don't see a X percentage gain, whatever you think you're looking for, whatever you've seen from the past. I was told Tupelo was a small major at one point. Now it's a big one.
Right.
So let's use that as a tool. Where was it where it started? How many years
I
did
heard
it take
I
to
heard
get
the
to a
first
certain
year
place?
it was about 70 players.
Which is still pretty good, to be honest. For a first year somewhere and you're taking a risk on it, I mean, 70's not bad. Now it's at about
more than
250, 280.
More than some of the majors.
But I mean, and like we talked about, I mean, so up here, Bill, so everybody's first place overall payouts are the same. So Tyler got the same in Tupelo, Aaron Lambert got the same in South Bend, Jack Harco got the same this weekend in Fresno for the first place overall. So no discretion if you win. So the playoff situation is important, but if you win your bracket, you don't win the first place money. You have to win additional games.
Right.
Which, I mean, I think we were under the assumption that was going to be that way anyways, and then second place gets second place money, third place money, fourth place money. From then on, I want to go to, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Jack, we're going to supper, dude, in Owensboro. You're paying. You're paying.
Yeah, Jack. Oh, well, he just got $1,200. He just got $1,200.
Yeah, you're paying, brother. Okay, let's talk about the really fair way. The way that would make most sense to all the players, maybe not the ACO.
Okay. Well, I think I said it. I mean, I think you pay out a certain amount of people per bracket.
No. You pay based on entries.
Right. Okay.
A percentage
I get
of
what you're
entries.
saying.
If
You're saying without, you're
50%.
taking away the guaranteed purse completely. I thought
No
you were talking about
guaranteed.
with the purse.
Well,
No
that's why
purse.
I said the players, right? This would be the most fair way to play in the player's perspective, but may not be the most fair in the ACO, because trying to grow new areas and things like that, you try to incentivize other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By upping that purse, which means that they would have to advertise in other areas saying, well, whoever shows up, you're going to get 50% of what it is in jerseys and blah, blah, blah. And we're just using 50% because that's what we see, in their hold on, let me shut that one off here.
Yeah.
In women's, seniors, and co-ed. I don't know if that's profitable for them. I have no idea if 50% is. It may not even be profitable. I have no freaking clue.
Yeah.
But there is a number, I promise you, between singles, doubles, women's, seniors, co-ed, big blind draws, and quads. If you sit there and figure out what you need to be profitable, maybe it'll be 43%, payout between. But that just makes it a little tough on their end to do something like that. But there is something like that to say, hey, you show up to a 300, 400, 500 person tournament, 43% of that's going to pay out. So it kind of incentivizes you to go to those bigger tournaments more than it would to go to the smaller tournaments.
Right, and then like I said, the ACO's argument there, somebody that wants to grow the sports argument there, maybe Amber Fretwell, the new player relations for the ACO, would argue that then it takes away from people going to the smaller majors. But like I said, I really don't believe the money drives them there anyways. I think that you could cut those purses in half. If you have things that you have good data on certain places, right? If you know we're going to be less than 100, less than 150, less than 50, whatever your number is, I don't care what it is, but statistically that is a smaller area. I'm very okay with that purse being $2,500. I still think if you market $2,500 as a guaranteed purse, it's just fine for that local area. If you're just now coming there, it looks really good on a billboard, $2,500 to play cornhole, especially if nobody there knows what professional cornhole is. You know what I mean? They're going to take their buddies out, figure it out. They have to get a $20 membership when they come in. Bingo bongo, $40 in, we can win possibly, $1,000. I do think that's a possible solution if we want to keep this mini majors.
The issue is that you can't guarantee something then.
No, you guarantee $2,500 is what I'm saying.
Because you know that one's going to be smaller?
Yes.
But you don't
But
really know that.
Based off data and analytics, what do we do with YouTube, Bill? Day in and day out.
I know.
Come on. Come on. You're a numbers guy. You know exactly. I mean, could you end up on the backside of this and like one of your small majors goes from 43 players to 202 the next year? Sure. Is it likely? Absolutely not. And you'll bet against it 12 times out of 10. I mean, come on. It's statistics,
I understand that, but if you're trying to develop a new city, so
if you're trying to do $2,500 still looks great. You're people that are chasing points, okay? And I'll say this all day. There's point chasers. It's
I'm
part
going to
of the
bring up
sport.
one point. Owensboro is back-to-back worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Owensboro is now a super major this year.
Yeah. Because
of what?
Players go.
You're going to say from analytics last year.
Yep.
Okay.
And the year before.
I don't want to call it any specific major. Let's just say there's a major that less than 50 people showed up to.
Okay.
Maybe there was more, but fewer than 50, not less. Excuse me.
Bingo.
Maybe there was more. This is a hypothetical again, right? You talk to a specific venue in a specific city that's the first time, and you're like, hey, I'm going to bring this amount of people. These are my analytics with all the other places. That place says, well, I'm going to charge you this amount of money for it, which is probably a heck of a lot more than Owensboro, even though Owensboro is much nicer, much everything with that, right? It's going to be phenomenal.
Okay.
And I'm arguing on the ACO side here to develop those new areas, right? Let's say let's say the ACO said, hey, I can usually bring in from 100 to 200 people on average. And they're like, well, if you do that, we're going to charge you this much. And he's like, well, in the next year, we can grow that by 30%.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, next year, we're only going to charge you this much, depending on how much they spend at this specific venue. Yeah. Right? Owensboro is probably in a place that amount that is charged to utilize that venue is super low. But somewhere that, I don't know, maybe there was overpromised 100 people, and only having 50, that venue next year is going to charge so much more.
Well, I think that's possible. We talked about this with Dodge City, Kansas. Jack asked why it's off the list. This is a possibility, right? Exactly what you're speaking about is a possibility. Hey, you told us X amount of players might be here this year. We got this. It was under here. We don't think our venue can hold that for this price next season. This is what it's going to be this season.
That was just my argument about the analytics and things like that. When you're going to use those things, it may be more expensive the fewer people you bring, but you can't... you can estimate your first one, I guess, but if you severely overestimate, that place is going to be pissed off. Right. And then the next year you try to develop that even more, well, you're still going to pay the same price, if not higher.
Right. And we know for a fact, guys, Frank is borderline never at his home. He visits all these places on his own. He goes out there weeks prior. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, he does a lot of research. I mean, there's a major here in February. Frank was here. I mean, when was he here? Freaking last February? Yeah. I mean, months ago, getting research about this area. You know what I mean? So he does his work, definitely. It goes back to definitely we need COs in that area, wherever the major's going to be. We need to ensure that CO has a decent-sized club. They're working on growing their club, growing the sport. These people are going to attend the major. All these little things we've always talked about has to happen for these majors. Yeah. I do want to read Booker's comment here, Bill, because he made a great comment.
I want to go through the comments, and then
You're good right here. I sign off
here. Yeah, no, I was just looking. Okay. I want to go through them, and then I want to sign off. But I think we need to revisit this, especially as we gain information on the smaller majors, how many places get paid out.
Yeah, we need. I'll hit somebody up. I'll find out.
Okay. All right, let's go through the comments real quick.
Yeah. So Booker says, what if you split into 4 payout levels, 25% per level? The smallest majors pay out 25% of that total with X amount of entries. The next level of X amount of entries pays out 50% of that total. Next level of entry pays 75, and the largest majors pay out 100%.
Split 4 payouts, 25. I'm gonna need to talk to Booker.
I mean, for the largest majors, we pay out 100%. I mean, that's craziness.
100% of the. I don't think it's the brackets. I think it's of the guaranteed purse, maybe.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I think so. 25% per level.
Yeah.
Of the smallest majors. I don't know, Booker. We're gonna have to talk about this because we're gonna revisit this one. Ashley says, my opinion. I feel like it should be entry based. This is not a political opinion, so no one twist my words here. But a major with 20 people winners should not win the same as a major with 200. That's insane to me. Ashley,
I agree. I mean, I agree.
Yeah. I agree with you. But we're trying to give the best arguments we possibly can for and against. So, it may seem like I'm playing devil's advocate, this and that, whatever it may be, but I want to make sure we thoroughly discuss this topic.
Yeah.
What's going on, Anthony? How you doing? Todd, downside is ACO loses money at these 30-player majors, 5K guaranteed. So big 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Not only do they
I don't
lose
think that's
money
hidden,
on registration fees, but they also probably lose money on venue fees too, because they've never been in that location before. Or if they have, they're still trying to develop it. And that was my point specifically, was saying, hey, the $5,000 isn't the big deal here. It's also these other costs that maybe Owensboro gives for free, or they charge a little bit less.
Yeah, definitely less. We would assume.
I would assume because they bring so many people there. Jack says, why? Okay, we already talked. Okay, I should do picks for Alabama State. Hey, we may do that, Tyler.
Daryl Macon's got a good one right there. He said 50% singles payout Tupelo would have been over 5K, and it's
a great point.
Yeah, we know.
No, I mean it's a great point. I think the biggest thing that we put on the table today is, okay, do we cancel other majors then to make that happen for one specific location and not grow, bigger? If I were to play devil's advocate
I don't think
again.
that means you don't grow bigger, though. I mean, I just don't think that's exactly what that means.
I think you made the best point early on when you said, I don't think the money is what's bringing these newer people to the sport.
Right. Well, to the areas that we call small.
Right.
We'll get there.
And if that's true, then the payout should be different.
I would do is look at the repeat offenders. They go to the small majors. What percentage is the same people, right?
Right.
And you can talk to these people. It's okay to talk to people legitimately face to face. You know what I mean? Why are you going to this major? Most likely, if you're traveling to all these majors and not always having a good finish, you've probably got deep enough pockets to where the payout is not a huge deal to you.
If you're traveling farther.
Right, all the time, right? You're traveling all the time to the farther majors from your home than the closer ones, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you right now, the payout is probably not the reason you're at the major. I mean, that's just a guess, an assumption. But, I mean, there's a lot of names that pop up in the same spot. More power to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I had the money, me and Bill be out there at every major trying to scoop up, 9th places, just hoping that only 10 people show up.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, I'd do bomb threats and stuff like that to try to get the other flights canceled.
Oh,
so we you know what I mean? So we got there.
Me and Bill would be on Spirit. Everybody else would be
yeah, nobody's booking Spirit except
we might not make it there
Jack
either.
may book Spirit, but that's okay. We just got to get nice.
We might not make it there either, but nobody else.
Jack's gonna buy us dinner.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Jack, I can't wait to have dinner with you.
He said, but not
dog.
Todd's. Todd flipped them off.
Todd flipped. Okay, all right.
Best buds.
Todd, you gotta pay your own, man.
Yeah, we're still going through the comments, folks. Man, thanks everybody popping in, man. This has been great. It's been great today.
Rob Booker, we're gonna have to discuss that a little bit more, and I'd like to bring that on another segment, because it seemed like what you were talking about there with 25% payouts per level and things like that. We got to talk in person, man. I gotta understand the idea. It's probably a good one though.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that most people don't know what the payouts are means that they are just playing for points. Yeah, I mean that's
Jay,
bingo,
a good idea. Yep.
bingo. Since season 16, there was 3K majors and 5K majors, so a separation of major payouts. I didn't know that.
Was I scrolling the wrong way?
Yeah, you got way down here real quick, but we were good. You were right here. Now I got us somewhat caught up. 53 points, yeah, because they changed the points, so points are higher at bigger majors. That is an incentive to go to bigger majors, especially if you want to max out majors or play for player of the season. Yep.
Great point.
Yep. Booker said he's doing a Calcutta for singles at Owensboro in the lobby of the Hampton Inn. Let's go, Calcutta! If you
Dude, I'm coming to that.
I'd like to
Booker.
put some money on some people.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
The amount of COs in this area and not to have a major in Evansville. What do you mean, Chucky? Evansville's
like a half
10
an hour
minutes.
away.
No, not even. Chucky, I can't get behind that one. I mean, if you gotta come. We're coming to Owensboro for Worlds and a Super Major every year.
We
for
need
the
to
last
go to
2
Chucky's
years.
to scream.
Yeah, we do. We love
Chucky,
man.
if you have a full regional, tell me what date it is in December.
I
I
have
don't
them
know.
all. I think I really do. I think you just have a pay scale. This is Kim Dice. I think you just have a pay scale based on number of players. So from the start of the season, you say if there are 20 or less players, X number of money guaranteed, then $21.50. Yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah. I mean, you do different tiers of payouts
It's
based
a good
off
idea,
entry
though.
fees.
But to have it on their website structured like that, it's a very good idea. But it would take a lot of math behind their, whoever the ACO's financial expert is to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Little plug there. It would take a lot of analytics, but that is possible.
Yeah, and Booker did say what you were saying earlier, Bill. So whatever they promote is the 100%. So 100% of the 5K payout.
Okay.
Bingo. Daryl Megan says you don't play for ACO for cash at this time, which you could agree or disagree. I'm telling you right now, if you're Caleb Hurt, you're still playing for the cash. If you're cashing $1,200 every time you go to a major and win, I mean, he's at $6K.
I mean,
right
Pro
now.
Series, he's
well, like just singles.
He's
Caleb
doing
has
pretty good
5
Pro
wins.
Series,
He's at $6K for the season currently. I mean, it's pretty good, pretty good. Ashley, I think so too. ACO pays out a certain percentage to ensure they still profit and grow as a company, but their players are also getting the payouts they are deserved.
I saw some stuff against that today.
Yeah.
I saw some against that. People were posting what they got, and it was, this was, I guess, competitive and intermediate and things like that. And they were also posting other stuff.
Yep.
But their payouts, I'll tell you what, maybe next time we'll pull that up too.
Yeah. What up, Rick? Rick Hugsang's in here,
Rick,
man.
what up? Dude, he beat me in the blind draw. I don't want to talk to him.
He said not even the same. Chucky said not even the same. Next weekend, Bill, we could go up there. That's very possible.
Sam Benford, what up, big dog?
Oh, your boy.
Dude, that's
Benford.
my Army boy. Man, you were there. You played with him. He fell over a chair that night.
There should never be a major held if not 50 to 75 players. Anything under, cancel. Todd, oh, come on. Yeah, you can't just cancel it.
Todd, how do you grow new areas, man?
Well, no, I mean, I think you should look at the data, and if there's not that many players for 2 years straight, I do think that area needs to be put on the back burner, in my opinion.
Things like that, though.
Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell you this, folks. This is just me being ignorant. December 17th, though, I do like the looks at December 17th up at Fire Dome Pizza for some streaming, folks.
Okay, folks, I want to show you payout number 3, which we did not do yet, and then we're out. Boom. You get the jersey. That's the bonus right there. That is the incentive to go to these places. Dylan's about to put on Jeremiah Ellis's.
I'm not putting it on.
Okay, good.
I don't deserve it.
All right, folks.
Well, folks, thanks for popping in, man. It's been we'll talk payouts pretty much. I mean, this is what happens, folks, right? Well, what did we talk about at first? Points. For how many weeks straight did we talk about points, Bill? Multiple weeks straight. So we understand there's a few things in the sport that are controversial just all the time. Just all the time. You know, we're talking about them. We're trying to revamp them. We're trying to speak our minds, and we hope that here at the CBC Family Podcast, you guys feel free to speak your minds, and we feel like we've become a platform that, everybody gets to speak freely.
Right.
And we really like that. And if you don't like our opinions, we love to hear the feedback on that, especially. You know what I mean? If you disagree with Bill and I, or Bill, myself, whatever, we love that because we're going to learn something. Most likely we're going to learn something from that.
Definitely. I think we're going to hit this segment one more time.
Yeah.
Once. We started the conversation tonight. I think we put out all good information. We used this stuff directly off the ACO's website. We do not know on the smaller majors how far out they pay and stuff like that. We'll try to figure that out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll come back and try to figure out a system that may be a little bit better. I do want to talk just one more point here, and then I want to stop. You can't cancel because people book travel in advance in hotels.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
I agree.
A great point.
I agree.
So, we're going to get out of here on that note, folks. It's been wonderful. Next
I
week.
think I'm empty, but
Oh, you
I
got
made
a
some
little
drops.
sip. You want some wine?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Sharing is
All
caring.
right, here we
folks.
go. Cheers.